back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about all the makeup products that I have bought and regret purchasing. Now a lot of these products that I'm going to talk about today I have used a lot, and it doesn't mean that they're bad quality, but for whatever reason I just regret purchasing it. So if you guys want to know why, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first product that I'm going to talk about today is the KKW liquid lipsticks, which I have mentioned this in another video, but I just wanted to put it in this dedicated video. So I purchased this when it first launched. Right when it launched, I bought it, and I was really excited because she had claimed that these were supposed to be nude colors, and at the time I didn't really have any nude colors, so I was like, let me get this kit. It has 4 liquid lipsticks, I'll have all the nudes I'll need and I'll be good to go. Well, when I got it, like, these are not nudes at all. These are pinky colors, especially on my skin tone specifically. It looks really, really bad. And the reason why I don't like it also is because these are liquid lipsticks. They're supposed to be, but they're not. These are like a lip balm consistency, and they do not dry down like a liquid lipstick is supposed to. So I was really disappointed when I got this because I paid like $50 for this. They look terrible on my skin tone, they don't dry down, and yeah, it just really was not worth the money in my opinion. The next thing is this Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, which I had bought this because this is supposed to be a dupe for a naked palette, which I have never tried a naked palette, and those are really pricey as well. Those retail for around $50. So when I saw this, I think this was around $7 at Ulta. I was like, okay, let me get the dupe because I want the shades like that palette. But when I got it, I realized like the only reason I bought this is because it's a dupe for a high-end palette. Like, I don't really see myself wearing these shades, so I just don't reach for it because these shades are like not my source of colors except for the gold. I love the gold in this palette. It only comes with like 3 matte shades that really don't show up on my skin tone that well, and then the rest is shimmers. So it's like you can't really do much with this palette. But I'm not saying that it's a bad quality because I have used this before, and I actually got a compliment on this. And when I told her that it was this affordable palette, she was like shocked that this was on my eyes. But yeah, so I mean, if you are attracted to these colors and you've been wanting to try the naked palette, then I do recommend this because it's very affordable. But I just don't really use it for that reason. It's just not my source of colors. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this Lorac palette, which this is the Lorac Pro palette number 2. They have 3, I believe, in total so far. And this is what the inside looks like. And as you guys can already tell, these are not my source of colors. I kind of get into a habit of trying to collect palettes, and I really like the Lorac formula, so that's why I got this, because I have 2 other ones. So I kind of wanted the whole collection, but when I got this, I realized like a lot of the colors are more gray tone, more cool tone, and it's just not really my cup of tea. But I will tell you, the formula is really great, and I feel like Lorac shadows are made for everybody, whether you're a beginner or experienced. You're not really gonna have a problem with blending. So this is a very, very good quality palette. This isn't even mine anymore. This is my mom's. I gave it to her, so she gave it to me so I could show it to you guys. But I regret purchasing it because it's just not my source of colors. So I really want to tell you guys, make sure that when you're buying something, you look in your collection. Just buy stuff that you know you're going to use, that it's going to be worth it for you, and try not to buy stuff just to collect it, because that's a really bad habit to have and it's kind of wasteful. So yeah, I regret purchasing this for that reason. Okay, the next thing is another palette once again, and this is from Juvia's place, and this palette is humongous. And the reason why I got it was because I believe Nikki Tutorials on YouTube, she did a look with this palette and it was beautiful, and she said that this is one of the best eyeshadow palettes that she ever used. When she said that, I was like, okay, I have to try this. So I got this, and as you guys could see, it's really, really colorful and very, very big. Now I regret getting this because half of this palette is colors that I don't wear a lot, and they're a lot more brighter colors. These colors too are pretty wearable, but at the same time not really, because, you know, yes, an orange is a wearable color, but this is like a very, very bright orange. This is a very, very bright and pigmented pink. So you're gonna get a very out there look when you use this. When I bought this, I was like, okay, this is worth the money because the pans are so huge. But at the same time, you gotta ask yourself, are you gonna use this every single day on a daily basis? Because if you're not, this palette is gonna expire before you even get a chance to use it because of how big the pans are. Which, if you don't know, yes, makeup does expire. Eyeshadow palettes is something that, you know, everybody has palettes that expire, but they still work, so you use it. Powders are something that you could still use it even after expiration date. Creams are more of the things you gotta look out for, like foundations, concealers, and mascaras, for example. So I'm still gonna keep this, obviously, even if it does expire, which it hasn't expired yet, I don't think. But it's really, really good quality. I love the colors, I really do, and I've gotten some nice looks out of this palette, but I kind of regret getting this because, you know, I don't use it on a daily basis, and it kind of just sits in my collection and kind of just collects dust. But they do have this palette, I think, in like a mini version. So if you do want to try this, but you don't want to get this humongous one, just get the one that's small, so you know that, you know, you don't have all these huge pans just sitting there not getting used. The next thing I'm going to talk about is single eyeshadows. Now, I just regret buying single eyeshadows because I just reach for a palette better, because a palette, when I reach for it, I have my mask, I got my shimmers, I got my transition shades, and it's just really, you know, easy just to pick up a palette and use it real quick. Whereas a single shadow, I got to pick a single shadow plus a palette, you know, to get a full entire look. Single shadows used to be a lot more popular, you know, a few years ago. Obviously they died down now that palettes have become so popular. So I regret getting it just because, you know, they just sit in my collection. Like, I have this Milani single shadow, I have this gray single shadow that I picked up from Shop Marseille, I have, you know, some ColourPop shadows, and of course I'm not saying that they're bad quality, they are good quality, but it just kind of sits there collecting dust because I don't reach for it, just because I'd rather just pick up a palette. The only single shadow in my entire collection that I actually do reach for quite a lot, which I have done a tutorial with this before, is the L'Oreal Infallible single shadow in the shade Amber Rush, which I highly recommend to you guys. And the reason why I actually do reach for this shadow a lot is because this is such a nice wearable shade where I could put this on my lid and a bronzer in the crease and I'm good to go. So I really do recommend this. But other single shadows that I've bought, they kind of just sit there, and I'm not gonna buy any more single shadows anymore because I don't get used to them and it's just a waste. Okay, the next product I'm going to talk about is not necessarily makeup, but it kind of goes with it, I guess. So it's this Up and Up brand oil-free facial moisturizer with sunscreen SPF 15. Now, I picked this up because I've watched a lot of dermatologist videos, and people say that, well, it's a known fact that the sun is the #1 cause of aging. And I live in Florida, which is a very, you know, hot state. The sun is always out. It's always hot here. So you're really supposed to protect your face from the sun. So you're supposed to wear sunscreen every single day. Even if you go out for 5 minutes, you're supposed to put on sunscreen, which I don't do. And the reason why I regret buying this is because I noticed that it kind of like breaks me out. So I need to get a facial moisturizer that doesn't break me out and that I could wear under makeup, because this also kind of feels very like greasy. So I don't feel like I want to put this with a primer, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I haven't really been using it. But I will use this if I'm going to the pool and I know like the sun is going to be on my face directly for like hours. I will wear this still, but if I'm wearing makeup, I don't wear this. So it's not really good because I don't really wear this as much as I'm supposed to. I want to buy one that actually works for me. So if you guys actually have an SPF that works great for you, please leave it down below in the recommendations so I can know. But yeah, so I need to find one that works for me better. The next product I'm going to talk about is this Milk Makeup Skin Tint, which I have actually mentioned before in a video. I bought this because one YouTuber had recommended this and she said it's amazing, and she's really into natural skin. So that's, I mean, I am into natural skin as well, but this really doesn't have a lot of coverage and it feels very tacky on the skin, which I really hate when a foundation feels sticky, which this foundation really does feel sticky. I like the packaging. I think it's pretty cool because As you guys could see, it has a little roller ball, so you literally just like wipe it all over your face. And this has SPF 30 in it. So I mean, maybe this will work for you. I mean, everybody's skin is different, so I'm not saying that this is a bad product. You know, you may like this. But for me specifically, I feel like it doesn't really give me the coverage. It's tacky. I just don't really like it that much. So I kind of regret purchasing this because this was also pretty pricey. The next product I actually picked up from TJ Maxx, and it is the Covergirl Queen Collection Waterproof Mascara. And I picked this up, you know, because I ran out of my mascara. I was like, all right, let me try this one. I think this was like $3, which is really cheap. But when I opened it, when I got home, the wand looks like this. It is a very straight wand, and I feel like this type of wand is just really weird. It doesn't really do a lot. I mean, this is, you know, I guess better for the bottom lash line, but I just don't really, I'm not into wands like this. I like more fatter wands, so I regret purchasing it because I just don't really like it that much. Yeah. The next thing is a lip balm. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this and probably own a bunch of these, or you used to, because this used to be like all the rage back, you know, a few years ago. This is the EOS lip balm, and I picked this up because, you know, I wanted a new lip balm and it looks cute, but when I applied this to my lips, I absolutely hated it. It is pink and very sparkly. I don't like the texture. I don't like the way that it looks on my lips. It makes my lips look really strange. I guess also because of my skin tone. But yeah, I do not recommend this. I mean, I like EOS lip balms. You know, I recommend, you know, all the other ones that are just clear and, you know, have a scent to it. But I don't recommend this pink glittery one. It's just, I don't like it. Okay, the next thing is actually from Kiss, and it is their Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe in the shade Black. Now I got this because I'm starting to wear more false lashes. I really like the effect that false lashes give you. And I had tried one of my sister's black lash glues, and she has the one from Ardell. So I went to Walmart trying to look for that one, and they didn't have it. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me try this one. It looked good, but when I got home and I tried to use this, I don't know if I used it wrong or maybe I put too much, but this takes forever to dry. I was waiting for like 5 minutes, and I tried to use this, you know, again, like I tried to put my lash on, it didn't work. I took it off, applied some more lash glue, I tried it again, and I just got fed up with it, and I just said screw it, and I didn't use it because it just takes a very long time to dry. And I looked at reviews, and a lot of people also do not like this, so I don't recommend this. I really like the Ardell one also because it has like a brush applicator, and this one just has like a little squeezy tube, so you just squeeze it on, and it's kind of more difficult to work with. So yeah, I do not recommend this Kiss Lash Adhesive. It's just not very good. So okay, so I'm going to talk about a few things from LA Girl, which I'm sorry LA Girl that I do not like some of your stuff, but I just have to talk about it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the LA Girl makeup sponge, the Beauty Blender sponge. I saw a YouTuber recommend this. They sell this in a pack of 2. It was like a pretty great price, so I was like, okay, let me try this. But honestly, I don't like the texture of this. This kind of reminds me of the Real Techniques, which I used to like that before I tried the other one that I really like. So this one, it doesn't really blend the foundation that well. I feel like the texture is more dense, so I just don't really like it. I really, really like the one from Shop Miss A, which is like $1.50. They are so amazing. It's so squishy. It gets really nice and big when you wet it. It blends your foundation effortlessly. And obviously it's a great deal because a beauty blender is $20. You could get, you know, 20 beauty sponges for around the same price. So if you haven't tried the Shop Miss A beauty blender, you should. Just order off the website. You will not regret it. Another thing that I really do not like is also from LA Girl, and it is the Pro Matte foundation. Now I got this a long time ago when I used to work at Epcot, and I used to actually cook outside in a kiosk, and I was in front of a grill all day, you know, for 10 hours, and you know, it's Florida, so I have oily skin, so I used to get very greasy. So when I got this, I was like, okay, it's matte, it's gonna keep my oils all day, I'll be good. And let me tell you, this foundation is the most drying foundation in the world. Even if you have dry skin, this would be terrible for you. This foundation looks extremely cakey on the skin. It looks so dry. Like when you put it on, your skin looks like the Sahara Desert. Like it looks like your skin is just so thirsty for water. Like this foundation, when I put it on, it doesn't look natural, which I don't like. You know, I have oily skin, but I still want to look like I don't have any makeup on my skin. I want my skin to still look healthy and have a little bit of glow to it. You know, I don't want to look dead, and this makes your skin look really dead. I mean, I guess some people really do like super matte foundation, so if you do, you'll love this, but I just don't enjoy this, and it's very thick. Like when it comes out, it's super thick, so I don't enjoy this at all. The next thing is also from LA Girl, and it is this eye quad, which I regret purchasing it just because I don't use blue shadows like this in grays, which you guys know. But you know, I'm such like a makeup addict that when I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't have blues in my collection, let me get it. You know, it looks really cute. So I kind of just got it randomly just to get it, which I regret because I never use this. But I'm not saying it's bad quality. So, you know, actually, if you guys want to see me try to do a look with this quad, let me know, because I never use it. So maybe I could start to use it. But yeah, I'm really trying not to buy stuff that is just random and only buy stuff that I actually need or I'm gonna use. Okay, the final thing I'm going to talk about today is actually a makeup wipe. Now this is from Equate Beauty, and it is the exfoliating wet cleansing towelettes, which I have mentioned to you guys that I actually really love the Equate Beauty, which is the same brand, the blue makeup wipes. They are actually really amazing. They're super moist and they take off my makeup really well. I only need to use one, but I went to Walmart and I ran out of my makeup wipes. And I was like, ooh, let me try this one, because I've never tried this one. I really like the other one. And I think that this one was a little bit cheaper too. So I was like, all right, let me save some money. Let me try a new one. But I hate this one. I recommend you guys to go try out the blue one, not the green one. This one is exfoliating. So basically, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see on camera, which I had used this just to take off some makeup with my hand earlier. But I don't know if you guys can see. It has like tiny little dots, which is the exfoliating part, and this makeup wipe is just really dry feeling. Like it's not very wet, so when I use this I have to use two, and it says that it has a smooth side and an exfoliating side, but to me I can't even really tell the difference which side is exfoliating and not. Like both sides kind of feel harsh, but I don't really like it because it doesn't take off my makeup well. It feels weird, the texture, and it's not wet enough for my liking. So I would rather just spend the money on the blue packaging one better, because that one works amazingly. And sadly I have like a lot of this, so I'm just gonna use it up because I paid for it. But yeah, I don't recommend this at all. Okay guys, and that's all the stuff that I had to talk about today. It wasn't a very long video. I didn't have that much to talk about just because a lot of the makeup that I actually, you know, didn't really like, I've already given away a lot of stuff to my family that I didn't use. I'm trying to keep only products that I actually, you know, like in my collection. So I would have had more to talk about, but I gave away all my stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Leave me any recommendations for any future videos so I could do videos you guys actually want to see. Please give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.